makes me want to have a bowl. And also in America, more positive news. And this is something that I touched off of maybe about 3 weeks ago, where on the 8th of June in America, the NFL have announced that they're going to be donating over $1 million towards cannabis research, specifically cannabis research for athletes, looking into things like chronic brain and traumatic brain injuries, TBIs, and also chronic pain. So this again is a very welcome announcement. Again, that they could probably be given a lot more than $1 million to this, because the NFL generates over 15 to 18 billion dollars every year. But look, but not wanting to be moaning, $1 million, I'll take it. Happy fucking days. I hope it produces some positive findings, because it's worth mentioning that traumatic brain injury was found to be present in 99% of NFL athletes who died at a young age. Like that's some stark findings. So this was a 2017 medical journal published a study that found CTE, so chronic traumatic, no, CTE, shit, what does that sound for again? Chronic traumatic encephalopathy, encephalopathy. Shit, man, my pronunciation of that is terrible. encephalopathy. I can't pronounce that, like encephalopathy. Yeah, I'm trying anyway. CTE is what they're calling it here, but I'd imagine that's a traumatic brain injury as well. But that was present in 99% of deceased NFL players' brains that were donated to scientific research. So that's a large portion of them, and again, cannabis could potentially mitigate some of those damages that are done in the brain, because compounds like CBD and THC are known to be incredibly anti-inflammatory and could mitigate some of the damage in the brain area. So again, more study needed in this area, and hopefully this contribution from the NFL will help us find out more on this. Beyond traumatic brain injuries also, they say here that there's also the potential for muscle recovery and relief from inflammation. And the former badass Philadelphia Flyer, Riley Coate, a guy you would not want to be facing because he'll stick his elbow in your throat over and over again, has publicly discussed using cannabis for pain relief, nutritional support, and also day-to-day development. Again, hitting on the note on the show earlier that yes, cannabis can be incorporated into a healthy lifestyle. Yes, cannabis can be incorporated into a healthy lifestyle. Do you know, why is this so hard to believe? Yes, it can be abused. I'm not saying cannabis cannot be abused. Man, you can abuse water. You can abuse cheeseburgers. Come on. Stop being so disingenuous and always focusing on the negative. Despite cannabis still being treated as a Schedule 1 substance, it is well documented that there are novel anti-inflammatory qualities of cannabinoids. And interestingly enough, there was a case brought against the federal government on cannabis being a Schedule 1 drug. This was a case brought by Sue Sisley, a psychiatrist and former clinical assistant professor at the University of Arizona College of Medicine. And this was furthered in 2017. A 12-year-old Alex Bartel, along with a few other plaintiffs, including former NFL lineman Marvin Washington, they sued the federal government for keeping cannabis a Schedule 1 drug. This case was dismissed, but a federal appeal court reinstated it 2 years later. There's been no official response from the government, and the case is still pending. And I'll be paying attention to that one. Hopefully there might be some updates on that in the coming months, but maybe the federal legalization of cannabis will happen before that, and that might see it makes me want to have a bowl.